Meet Maximilian. Maximilian is from Germany and has his own startup, vsystem.io, in the learn tech industry. vsystem.io facilitates easy conferencing and business meetings online. He is one of the many startups that are looking for external funding, specifically from venture capitalists. In fact, venture capital is the most preferred source of funding for startups, with almost 43% of all external funding coming from venture capital firms. However, 42% of startups rate access to venture capital as very bad. It may sound very easy to acquire capital for a promising idea, but it is incredibly difficult and time intensive. To provide perspective, 70% of startups have a funding gap and only 15% were successful in finding and collecting venture capital money. But listen to one of our client testimonials for yourself.
Next year, we will see whether we try to get in more capital from other parties, which then probably also will be VCs again, which brings me already for the next challenge to find the best matching fund and so on. So I think the idea you are proposing there is pretty good, or it solves a big problem.
Currently, there's not a single platform in the market that helps startups find their ideal VC to work with. Maximilian describes his path for finding a suitable venture capitalist as the following.
What I did in researching those times is, of course, Google search, which sounds pretty simple, but that's the way what you're doing if you want to start with it. And then what worked best for us is reading about different startups in the same industry field. What kind of investors do they have? And then not talking to the exact same ones, but searching for similar ones. So I would say that this is, or at least that was the strategy I used those times.
The problem isn't just for startups. Venture capitalists also suffer difficulties when searching for suitable investment opportunities. For more detailed information, we asked Alexander, the founder of Hubner Ventures, for his perspective.
I get up to 10 calls a week, not up to, actually 10 calls on a regular basis a week of a startup that wants funding or coaching or whatever it is, mostly funding in the regular case. But in a normal week, 10 out of 10 of these calls are wasted because the idea either doesn't fit our category, or it doesn't fit our expertise, or it just doesn't seem to be a viable business idea to us. That is the main problem, that we get the quantity of startups that we want. Having 10 conversations with new startups a week is more than I need, but I need higher quality for sure. And that has been a struggle to actually find good and valuable investments.
As Alexander said, venture capitalists are inundated with requests for funding from startups that don't fulfill their investment requirements, soaking up time and resources. With your investors pressuring your firm to make investment decisions, it is easy to choose a startup that doesn't fit with your expertise. By having Funding Future serve as the intermediary between your company and potential investments, it is simple to invest in startups according to your company's requirements and to ensure that your next investment is the right one. And as Alexander said about our platform, I highly believe the need is there.
After conducting extensive research, we thought about how can we help both Maximilian and Alexander, startups and VCs alike. And the answer is our Funding Futures platform. Our platform was founded in 2020 in the midst of the pandemic. Through the global pain and suffering, we identified the disconnect between startups searching for investment and venture capitalists searching for investment vehicles as the largest pain point in the world. Since then, our diverse team of executive experts have worked tirelessly to bring this platform to fruition. Our mission is to encourage innovation globally and to aid those who are solving problems so they can focus on solutions. The perfect partnership between a startup and a venture capitalist exists, and we exist to create it. With our pain-free and user-friendly platform, we can save both VCs and startups an immense amount of time and money in their search for a perfect investment on a global market, completely free of charge. When signing in to our platform, venture capitalist firms will be offered to select from several filters such as geographic location of the company, both continent and country, as well as their preferred funding series and the industry that they find most appealing. As a final filter, we are offering a keyword search engine that will further ease the VC searching process. After the VC company has filled their preferred filters, they will be transferred to a page that will provide an extensive amount of startup listings to match their search. Furthermore, they will be able to communicate with them through a contact form which will be provided on the platform. As for the startups, they have to create a listing of their company that will attract potential investors. They have the complete freedom to design their listing, and by doing this, they will get free exposure to a large selection of VC companies from all over the world. This will without a doubt increase their chances of success in the future. With our careful and extensive research, our team discovered there is no current marketplace that fulfills these needs, hence creating a blue ocean opportunity for us. To build our platform and launch it for efficient market use, we need to cover several expenses. Our fixed costs consist of software and technology development, as well as the implementation of AI algorithms, salary for a highly dedicated and professional team, and the rent for our office space. On the other hand, the variable costs include marketing, customer acquisition, R&D, and of course, platform maintenance. To measure our success, we plan to utilize several KPIs such as the number of new startup listings, the number of VC accounts created, the usage of the contact form, and platform traffic, thus validating our reputation on the market.
The value of our network increases and becomes more useful as the number of both startups and VCs join the platform. The more users from both sides that are present on our platform, the more useful it is to be part of it, as more opportunities for investment and funding are represented. Alongside this, an indirect network effect will unfold. Once we expand and allow angel investors and other investment groups to join, it will be more attractive for startups to join as well, as we will offer a greater amount of potential investors for different stages of maturity. Since we complete a very specific service, we have to pay special attention to multi-homing. Keeping people on our platform as competitors make themselves known is going to be a challenge. We have seen data become the most valuable asset during the past years, and we are creating an ecosystem that allows VCs to collect and save data on our platform, similar to what users experience on eBay, saving your favorites for the future. To ensure traffic and consistency on our platform, we will prevent them from transferring this data to another platform by, for example, preventing screenshots. Switching costs for our VCs and startups will be incredibly high, since we will have a sufficient network of startups and VCs, all backed up by our reputation and brand. Not only will our platform be the only global network for startups and VCs, but in the long term we will also launch development classes and additional services for startups. These classes would include feedback on pitches and presentation courses.
In order to penetrate the market, our immediate short-term goal is to attract startups to the platform. By listing high-quality companies on the platform, we will naturally attract the VCs as well. Currently, our platform has a few startups listed as well as multiple participating VCs. With this proof of concept, we believe that our go-to-market strategy will be very successful. In our medium to long-term strategy, once we gain a sizable user base, we will change our monetization policy into a version of the freemium model. Startups will have to pay a one-time application fee, while VCs can join the platform with a basic membership for free, with the ability to upgrade into a premium membership. A basic membership will still retain all of the current features, but key details of the startups will be blurred, making it impossible for venture capitalists to contact a startup without upgrading to premium.
Funding Futures is designed as a closed platform where we carefully screen all parties prior to participation. This allows us to control bad behavior as well as decrease congestion on the platform, while simultaneously increasing the overall quality of the platform. Startups who have been approved for a listing will only be able to post, edit, and update their listing, as well as gain access to our team for listing optimization. After a startup has been approached by a venture capital firm, they will be free to send any relevant information and can begin negotiations on or off of the platform. Venture capitalists with a premium membership will be able to browse all startup listings as well as pursue their own personal AI-curated list. VCs will be able to reach out to any of our startups using our contact forms, requesting a meeting or further information. The policies that we enact will ensure that all users operate with integrity and treat others with respect. This begins with us. Each listing will be reviewed for accuracy and due diligence will be undertaken prior to post-approval. We are aware that mechanisms to punish bad behavior are required as well. If bad behavior of an entity associated with funding futures is reported outside of our platform, we will offer a single strike. If a second ethical violation is reported to us, the offending party will be removed from our platform. Any inappropriate communication on our platform will result in immediate removal from funding futures.
As with any great idea, copycats and competitors will appear. In order to combat these future threats, we will launch our platform with a free model without fees for both VCs and startups. We see this strategic approach as the best option to attract as many startups and VCs as possible, and in order to be able to generate the value of our network immediately. By only accepting high-quality listings, we will enforce our brand image and our reputation of providing lucrative opportunities. By sustaining development of our matching and application processes, our platform will continue to innovate and become more entrenched in our position. Securing a patent in our technology will further challenge future competitors in securing a viable market. Our current incumbent competitors are accelerators, Kickstarters, LinkedIn, and networking events. We are certain that our competition will attempt to use causal ambiguity to challenge us, and by making their business models more complex, hope to fight off our threat. While they go for more complexity, we will reinforce the fact that our platform is transparent and easy to use and continue to specialize in our simplified process. Additionally, these incumbents will try to use fear, uncertainty, and doubt in order to defend their business. They will likely claim that we are not as good as they are and that our investment suggestions are automated and not trustworthy. Replying to behavior like this would confirm their thesis, and we truly believe by not responding, we will convince our users that we are ahead of the competition. If we can convince our competition to partner with us, we will combine our value to increase the likelihood of finding outside capital for our shared users, building more opportunities for everyone.
Funding Futures is made up of the greatest visionaries of our generation. Here are our experts that make the magic happen. Katerina, Perrine, Greg, Christian, Lisa, and myself, Jan. Are you ready to join us for free for this amazing adventure? Well, applications are open.